Good afternoon, Chairman and the rest of the committee. The Seminole Nation thanks you for this time to be able to speak. It has been requested of us to expand on selected provisions of the 1866 treaty. The communication to the Seminole Nation stated that in emails. A treaty was written to favor the necessities and the desires of the United States, although it was stated to be mutual necessities. I will now expand from the preamble and certain articles of the 1866 treaty for the Seminoles. Selected provisions from the preamble. Whereas existing treaties between the United States and the Seminole Nation are insufficient to meet their mutual necessities, and in view of the urgent necessities for more lands in the Indian Territory, requires a cession by said Seminole Nation a part of their present reservation, and is willing to pay therefore a reasonable price, while at the same time providing new and adequate land for them. The first phrase of the preamble is the opening words of the 1866 treaty. The existing treaty reference is the 1856 treaty, which was in fact sufficient for the Seminole, for it consisted of millions of acres of land and provided in the language of that specific treaty that the desires of the United States were the determining factor for the Seminole being the only tribal nation of the Reconstruction Treaty era forced to cede every inch of their land. 2,169,080 acres was ceded at 15 cents an acre. The Seminole understood the 2,169,080 acres ceded was to be assigned to other Indians and freedmen. To live thereon, this promise was neither fulfilled nor honored. This language is present in Article 3 of the 1866 treaty, and is the first time in the treaty where the term freedmen is mentioned. As stated in the preamble, a need for ceded land was for only a part, not the whole of the Seminole original initial reservation. It is a fact a reasonable price was never paid for the ceded land during this era, 15 cents an acre, nor was adequate sufficient land provided as understood by the Seminole. The first sentence of Article 3 reflected the intent of the United States as the Seminole understood it to mean. The 1866 treaty ultimately was not honored in totality by the United States because the intent of Article 3 was not adhered to. There are documents from all three branches of the United States government addressing this specific section of land. That fulfills my time at this time. I'm splitting my time with Assistant Chief Palmer.